Let's do a quick review of what you've learned in lessons 5 through 11. So you've come a long way in a short time. If you haven't seen lessons 5 through 7, you can find them on our channel homepage. So let's start from the top. I speak, je parle. You speak, tu parles. He speaks, il parle. She speaks, elle parle. We speak, nous parlons. You speak, this is a formal you. Vous parlez, the tu is the informal, tu parles. Vous parlez. They speak, ils parlent. Remember, il refers to a group of males only or a mixed group of males and females. If you're referring to a group of females only, then you would say elle parle. Remember the trick for pronouncing the R in parler? Attempt to gargle without water in your mouth. And when you're making that sound, the R is more or less where it needs to be to produce this R sound in French. So, parler, parler, parler. It's very important to be able to do that because obviously when you're conjugating parler, it appears in all of the forms, so you need to reproduce that sound. So in order to sound more like a native French speaker, you'll want to work on that. Okay, so let's continue. Notice that I've color-coded the endings. Be sure to associate the ending with the subject pronoun. For example, here I've eliminated the root of parler and I just left the endings. So the ending you see here always goes with this subject pronoun. So es always goes with tu, I goes with il and elle, ons always goes with nous, iz always goes with vous, and ent goes with il and elle. That will become very important to you as we continue our lessons, and I will talk about it more in a future lesson, but for now just be aware of the endings. Okay, so let's put it all together. This is what you've learned in these last few lessons. You've learned how to conjugate what we call an ER verb. Think of the verb parler, it ends in ER. Any infinitives, that's an unconjugated verb, any infinitives that end in ER, we call them ER verbs in French. Okay, so let's recap a little bit. I speak, je parle. I speak German, je parle allemand. I speak French, je parle français. And I could keep going down the list. There's a lot of possibilities there. You speak, this is the informal you. If I want to say you speak German, tu parles allemand. You speak French, tu parles français. And so forth and so on, right? He speaks, il parle. He speaks German, il parle allemand. He speaks French, il parle français. He speaks English, il parle anglais. And I could keep going down the list. She speaks, elle parle. She speaks German, elle parle allemand. And I could keep going down the list. We speak, nous parlons. We speak English, nous parlons anglais. You speak, this is the formal you, vous parlez. You speak English, vous parlez anglais. You speak French, vous parlez français. They speak with the il parle. They speak German, il parle allemand. They speak French, il parle français. They speak with the elle parle. They speak Arabic, elle parle arabe. They speak Russian, elle parle russe. Are you amazed at how much you've learned? You should be. You've learned a lot in a short time. One more thing, let's go one step further and review. We also learned how to ask questions. Remember, you can invert. You can put the verb form first and follow it by the subject pronoun to ask a question. And these are the examples that we looked at in our previous lessons. Remember also that you have to place a hyphen between the verb form and the subject pronoun. So tu parles becomes parles-tu, separated by a hyphen. Vous parlez becomes parlez-vous, separated by a hyphen. Now, il and elle is a special case. Remember, we have two vowels running together. So in this case, when the verb form ends in a vowel, for il and elle, we have to insert what we call the euphonic T to make it sound good. Euphonic just means sounding good. So euphonic T, the question becomes, parle-t-il? Does he speak? Parle-t-elle? Does she speak? Okay, so let's look at a few examples of the questions that you can ask now. Do you speak German? Parles-tu allemand? Do you speak French? Parles-tu français? Do you speak English? Parles-tu anglais? Do you speak Japanese? Parles-tu japonais? Do you speak Russian? Parles-tu russe? Do you speak Arabic? Parles-tu arabe? Do you speak Spanish? Parles-tu espagnol? Does he speak? Does he speak German? Parle-t-il allemand? Does he speak French? Parles-tu français? Does he speak English? Parle-t-il anglais? Does he speak Japanese? Parle-t-il japonais? Does he speak Russian? Parle-t-il russe? Does he speak Arabic? Parle-t-il arabe? Does he speak Spanish? Parle-t-il espagnol? Does she speak? Does she speak German? Parle-t-elle allemand? Does she speak French? Parle-t-elle français? Does she speak English? Parle-t-elle anglais? Does she speak Japanese? Parle-t-elle japonais? Does she speak Russian? Parle-t-elle russe? Does she speak Arabic? Parle-t-elle arabe? Does she speak Spanish? Parle-t-elle espagnol? Finally, do you speak? This is the formal you, and chances are you've heard this question. Parlez-vous? Do you speak? Do you speak German? Parlez-vous allemand? Do you speak French? Parlez-vous français? Do you speak English? Parlez-vous anglais? Do you speak Japanese? Parlez-vous japonais? Do you speak Russian? Parlez-vous russe? Do you speak Arabic? Parlez-vous arabe? Do you speak Spanish? Parlez-vous espagnol? Okay, well that's it for this review. You've learned a lot in a short time. To continue learning, click on the video that appears here on your screen to go to the next lesson. À bientôt!